Hey, what's up, guys? This is Legz from MetalsPeak.com coming at you today with a album review for the new album from the band Feared. The name of the album is Furor Incarnatus. Hopefully, I'm saying that correctly. Released by the mastermind behind the plan, Ola Englund, pushing out all the new projects there. Album was released on February 21st of 2013. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started here. From a brutality aspect, I'm going to go ahead and give this album 8. It's upfront not the most punishing album out there, but it really focuses on the groove. And if you haven't heard these guys before, it's a poor description, but the best way I can describe these guys is like a Swedish or Scandinavian Pantera. They really focus on the groove, which really pummels you. And every single time I listen to this in the car, I'm worried that I'm going to hurt somebody ramming into them there. So yeah, very, very brutal. Not like a tech death type of brutal, but just solid pummeling. You want to break something type of brutality there. Songwriting aspect, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 9. If anybody, I'm not sure if I'm the only one, but if anybody out there has been following Ola for a long time, he writes very, very strong material. The songs are catchy. They have great melodies, excellent rhythms, and very, very groove oriented there. I just can't get enough, especially kind of covering the members of the band for the moment here. The lyrics and the vocals performed by their singer Mario. If you haven't heard it before, he has one of the most unique voices out there, and I simply can't get enough of it. And I don't understand how vocals can sound that unique there and still that brutal. So songwriting is going to get a solid 9 from me here. Production, going to get a 9 for that as well. It kind of comes back to anybody that's been following Ola before in the past knows that he does pretty much all the production, all the recording and everything. He's been doing it for years. He has a bunch of YouTube videos with guitar demos, amp demos, recording tutorials, the whole 9 yards. So the production is always stellar. If I had to nitpick a little bit, just me being who I am, I feel like the guitars are a little bit too scratchy for my taste. They just a little bit too much. It sounds like pick scraping a little bit too much. But anyway, production's solid, and I like it because it doesn't sound overproduced. It still maintains a really raw aspect to it. Most of the time, you can just hear about 6, maybe 7 tracks or so. You got the drums and just kind of standard stuff going on, so you can really hear everything accentuated to its fullest extent there, and it sounds really, really good. Everything's separated in the stereo field well. It's awesome. I definitely, if you're into recording or any sort of audio production, definitely go check it out for sure. Repeat listenability, I'm going to go ahead and give these guys a 9. This is on regular rotation in my CD player in my truck. The songs you'll discover new little, cause he'll go through layering different guitar parts through choruses, doing orchestration on different songs like Impending Doom, just things that you don't catch on the first listen. And with the songs being as catchy as I said earlier as they are, you go back listening over and over, and everything just becomes so much more enjoyable each time you come back to it. So it's definitely a very, very well written album. Artwork and layout, I'm going to give this a 9 as well, looking at the actual cover for it. Best way I can describe it, I don't know who did the artwork here. I'm sure I could look at the linear notes, but it looks like a cross between Cthulhu and Medusa. That's the best way I can describe it there, but definitely very, very dark. So definitely a good job with the artwork and everything like that. Before wrapping things up and just getting to the overall score here, just kind of highlighting some of my favorite points of the album here. Starting out with Live in You, the opening track. It starts off with an acoustic intro. You know right away after that, it's just balls to the wall the entire way. It's a Take No Prisoners album, and they just go into it without any sort of hesitation. If you've been in the metal scene at all, you know that about Per Nelson, Scar Symmetry fame, and now recently with The Absence, he has a guest solo on Breathing Failure. I enjoyed that. Fred Brum, if you are into the instrumental type of things, he has a guest solo in Winter Soul. Also forgot to mention earlier, the drummer on this album, Kevin Talley. Anybody in the metal scene is familiar with Kevin and all the different projects he's done. Very solid effort on this album here. One of my personal favorite songs here on the entire album is Satan. The chorus in particular, what Mario does on this song, the vocals, they sound so stressed and kind of like this. I don't want to say beautiful, but it's just this capturing sound, and you can't help but be drawn into it. And I will find myself just rewinding to back and forth through the chorus over and over and over again. I can't get enough of it. For anybody into the 8-string type of thing, Neverlasting, I heard that at the moment it picked up, and I was ready to go with that. Orchestration, which is kind of few and far between for any Feared song there. That's on Impending Doom, and it's subtle, but it's really, really well done. And the album's closed out with the song End. It's definitely kind of a big contrast to the rest of the album, especially any clean parts where it sounds very sullen, morose, or dreary. The ending, the song End, almost sounds beautiful and really positive. It's like a very solid ending note. You've been on this whole downtrod the entire album, and then when you get to the end, it kind of picks you back up and it makes you feel better about things there. So when you do all the math, kind of wrapping things up here, the overall score comes out to 8.8. Words really can't describe as much as I would like to how good this album is. I've been following Feared for a long time, and each album gets better and better, and it never ceases to amaze me what they come up with next, and I look forward to great things from them in the future here, and I can't wait. Definitely check out their back catalog too, Refeared, Feared. The entire back catalog is amazing as well, so definitely check that out. This is Legz with MetalsPeak.com signing out. Thanks for checking out the review, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.